So I'm excited today. I've got with me Mr. Eric Gillman. I've known I've known of you, and only recently, in the past few years, have I gotten to know you. But I remember Eric. Eric, how many years ago were you pitching Cutco at the different conferences and seminars and meetings?
So I've been with Cutco for a little over 13 years. And I started, as a high school summer job, like a lot of people who start with Cutco. And then I've held multiple positions within the company. And 5.5 years ago, I took over for Southern California, basically San Diego, Riverside County, and San Bernardino County as the area director for our closing gifts. So that's when we probably got linked up as I started working with a lot of offices about 5 years ago.
Eric, I've seen you everywhere. You're worse than a real estate agent. They've been present. And also, I like your support. You've always supported meetings. You've always supported events and conferences and Bold and other seminars, not just for Keller Williams, but for other real estate companies that you work from, brokerages. I think they're all fantastic. They all have some kind of a purpose in life. And you're very natural. You've got your pitch down. Even if you're kind of taken off track a little bit, you can still come back and still deliver your message and your story. Let's go back to the beginning of time, of course. In high school, you're looking for opportunity and how that started and how that became to fruition.
Yeah, Craigslist is where I found the job.
Wow.
A long story short of my career, I actually used to be kind of a degenerate kid. I got kicked out of high school. I got arrested a couple times.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah.
And look
at you now, Eric. Look at you now.
And a lot of it is credited back to Cutco. I made a lot of changes over my life. Actually, I wrote a book about it. It's called The Power to Change. And a lot of this book changes took place within my career during Cutco. So I started at first, it was just a high school summer job. I really didn't take it seriously. I thought it was kind of silly. But then I just, like many things, you start just seeing, one, you start seeing people make some serious money with it. And I was like, people do make money doing this knife thing. Yeah. And two, it's just all of a sudden I started seeing this road to a different type of, not at that point, it wasn't a career path, but a really solid job to do while I was in college. And then that evolved. I went to SDSU. I sold knives while I was in college. I was one of the top. It was awesome. I actually, Cutco, so I won 4 scholarships from Cutco.
Okay.
For performance. And then when I graduated, I had the opportunity to become what's called a Cutco sales professional, which is a career position. And I explored that. And then, what's interesting too is when you start talking about careers, when it first started, it was a little part-time gig. And then it was like, okay, I'll do this full-time. And then it was a full-time position. And it's an interesting experience. And I'm sure you could probably relate to this being with KW, or at least definitely in real estate for this long, is that not when you start looking back 10 years and you're like, I can't believe I've done this for 10 years. But that shift, when you start thinking, I'm going to do this for another 10 years.
Okay.
And instead of just planning and what went good in the past 10 years, you start taking those aspects and saying, okay, what can I take from this toolbox that I got and design the next 10 years? And really when you start making decisions, because to make a decision means you cut off the other option, right? There's no other way. So when I've decided to be the top Cutco sales professional in the company's history, there's no other, I'm going to go do this or side hustles or anything like that. Of course, I have projects that I work on. I'm very passionate about a lot of different things outside the business. One of them being, and I appreciate you, is helping people. I do a lot of outreach. I'm part of a nonprofit, but it's when you start, and I encourage people who are watching this, when you start, and it's tough right now because times are uncertain, right?
Yes.
It's hard to act in certainty when things are in such a shift of change. But the history books will show that people who take action in times of uncertainty are the people who are rewarded when things change, period. That's history after history story of people who are taking action now. And so, just having that long-term perspective on everything.
Let's go over that right now. The statement you just said is prolific. So let's go into it right now. What do you suggest action should be taken for those who well are real estate agents? Yeah. Who are literally, yes, there's all these opportunities, there's virtual opportunities, But you know us, it's a contact sport. We have to have conversations. We have to be face to face with people. What action should we take right now in this pandemic, under quarantine?
I love it because, yeah, I get it. I've spent a good couple hours out of each day doing what you're probably doing and everyone else is doing, which is staring at your computer inbox, just hoping something comes in.
Praying, I'm praying, I'm
How
praying.
long can you stare at this phone and
Oh, yeah.
manifest a phone call, right? So I mean, I was doing it this morning. It doesn't change, but here's my action items, and they're real simple. And I've developed this over the last couple of weeks, and I'm calling it my 10-5-2. Okay.
Nice.
And it's something everybody, no matter where you're at in business, no matter how much money you have in your bank account, no matter how many transactions you did last year or planning on doing next year, every single person listening to this can do a 10-5-2 every single day. And it'll keep you busy. Number one, 10 value add resource phone calls a day. What I mean is these aren't lead generating phone calls like you would in a normal market, normal economy. Okay, people need help right now. People are struggling, whether that's financially, emotionally, physically. I mean, we're in a physical health pandemic, you know? Maybe they need help getting food to their elderly family. Maybe they need help with childcare. Maybe right now they got a plumbing issue and they're dealing with this thing. They got 2 kids at home. They got a homeschool right now. They don't have time to call a plumber, but you, because you're an experienced realtor who's got a large network of people, because you are here to be a resource, not just a realtor, you can give them that plumber. Or maybe it's getting them referred to the right mortgage banker right now who can help them defer payments. Let's be real. People are going broke, you know, it's
Right.
going to happen.
And I want to say quickly there, Eric, it's important that they don't make decisions about their mortgage on their own understanding. They have to speak to an expert. Because
Exactly.
I'm not an expert in mortgages, Eric, but I'm telling you right now, if you just pull a trigger and you do something that you don't know what you're doing, that you think you know because you did some Google research, you're wrong. Rather reach out to a professional lender or to the bank, your manager at the bank, to speak to their lending department, because people are making mistakes and they're going to lose their homes, Eric.
Yep. Exactly. So yeah, be that resource, right? And there's people wondering right now, that conversation you just had is going on in your client's mind. And they're wondering, how do I do this? I hear about this. They don't know. Your job is to know. And maybe they do know. Your job is to remind them and be there if they need it, right? So introduce that right person. So just reaching out. And it's just as simple as, you know, I did this, hit the ground running. So I'm calling it, we'll call it Oh Frick Friday, which is Friday, March 15th. I'm comparing it to Black Monday, you know, when everything just kind of went to crap. I'm a big planner. I have my whole year basically planned out. And I'm sure everybody had something relatable where I just watched my calendar for April and March, just like gone, right? But what happened was I responded. I didn't react. Because if you respond and you don't react, you're the one who's going to have the upper hand. And so I had, you know, Holy Frick Friday, and it was an interesting weekend of just kind of figuring out. But Monday morning, I didn't need instruction. I hit the ground running. I started making these resource phone calls. Hey, how you doing? And depending on what time it is.
Well, hold on. Let's do a role play. So, you know, it's Monday. Role play with me. You're calling me. Take me through the process, Eric.
Yeah, sure. So, hey, hi, Kevin.
Hey, what's up, Eric? I love this.
Bud.
Awesome.
It's Eric Gillman calling, your Cutco man. Hey, just giving you a quick call. Do you got a second?
Of course I do, Eric.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Hey, I just wanted to give a quick call and check in and actually share a resource with you.
Okay.
First of all, how you doing with everything going on?
I'm hanging in there. I'm a little bit stressed. You know, I'm going to get out some more. I want to go to the park. I can't go to the park. You know, I want to go, my highlight's going to the store. And even then, I'm kind of concerned. So, a lot going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally understand. Do you need help? I mean, are you having any struggle at getting to the store right now? Are you having issues? Or is it just kind of one of those, we all got to deal with it things?
I'm just dealing. I know it's coming to an end, but I'm just dealing. I can't wait for it to be over, to be honest.
I'm with you, man. I miss all of y'all. And well, hey, I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Okay.
I do want to share a resource with you really quickly from Sharper Tent. You know, we're Cutco people, obviously. We have a video for each of our clients that you can send to your clients that shows them how to use it. So first of all, we just really appreciate you using Cutco and supporting American-made products.
I have a few Cutco products. Absolutely. Oh yes. And they're wonderful, by the way. They're amazing.
Yep. And so what our team has been doing, we have a short video that shows your clients who you give the gifts to how to use it. So it's like, oh, you just Cutco. Here's how to chop it. It's a 2-minute video. And whatever that resource is for you, so that's specific to our business. Maybe for you as a realtor, that's doing a 1-minute, here's what's happening in the market today. Here's the things that have changed. I'm not CNN. I'm not Fox News. I'm your friend. I'm your local expert, and you can trust me, right?
Right, absolutely, Derek. I love it, yeah.
So that could be, you know, again, with the call, it's like kind of specific to our resource, but it can be anything, right? And so that gets me to the 5.
Let's talk about exactly. The 5. Okay, the 5, yeah.
And the 2, because we're circling around these things. The 5 is at least 5 handwritten notes or gifts to send a day. Now, in an ideal world, is everyone sending out 5 Cutco knives a day? Sure. Is that cost effective? Not exactly. Here's what I learned growing up. My mom taught me it's not the size of the gesture that counts. It's the fact that you make a gesture in the first place. Okay, 68% of people, according to Forbes, 68% of people leave their salesperson because they feel as if their salesperson is indifferent. Not that they don't like you, not that they did anything wrong. They simply aren't feeling the love. So what's it worth to take a 1-minute investment to write a note to your client, especially right now, to let them know how much you care? Just so you appreciate them and celebrate things with them. If they have a 1-year anniversary, 2-year, 3-year home anniversary, right? Take time to celebrate something exciting with them in these times. You know, all those different things. And especially too, if they're living in their home for 3 years, what are they 3 years closer to doing?
Actually, that's true. This is very good because, Eric, let me tell you what our highlight of the day is. When's the mailman coming? Eric, I never cared about the mailman before. I'm being sincere. I'm being honest with you right now. But guess what? We're all asking, has the mailman come? Has the mailman come? So what we never cared about before that we took for granted now is like our daily highlight. Hey, the mailman's here. And now what you're doing with thank you cards is making it better because we're looking, even though those most of the time is bills or some kind of a local brochure for a deal at a fast food or a grocery store, something special like that makes a difference because when it has your name on it, it makes a big difference. So you're so right. I want to share this with you. I think it's so interesting that this kind of time right now, the highlight of the day is the mailman.
Yep. And on that note too, statistically speaking, so there's been studies done on this, and this is just gifting in general. We specialize in gifts. Statistically, the best time to send a gift is what month do you think?
December.
March.
Okay. And why is that, Eric?
Everybody sends everything in December. We're inundated with letters, cards, packages. Do you know what comes in the mail in February?
Oh, bills. Yeah.
Bills, those things you bought in December. And no thank you notes. So February, March, April, now, you know, it just happens to fall in this time. It's a time to be appreciating people. And there's never a bad time. You know, don't let me talk about December, November. It's all great. Do it all as one bigger thing. It's not either or, it's both, right? And so, yeah, sending those handwritten thank yous. And then it's the most cost-effective one that I'll send. You can be expecting one of these in the mail probably pretty soon, is Best Day of My Life sticker. So go to bestdayofmylife.com.
Okay.
If you enter code EricG at checkout, 50% of the money does go to my nonprofit. Shameless plug.
So let's do that right now, Eric. So you're saying I must go to
bestdayofmylife.com.
bestdayofmylife.com. Boom, I'm there. We're going there.
Yep. So go to So t-shirts. So I have to see where, I don't know if they have the stickers on the site, but we can special order them. So go maybe tees, bracelets, but send them a t-shirt, right?
Okay, great.
What I do is, you know, $26, $30, whatever, it depends.
Right.
But what's that investment worth? Send them a t-shirt that says Best Day of My Life. This reminds me of the first day that we ever met.
Very nice.
And if that's not the most cost effective, get the sticker. Send them, and you know, if you email them, like we know it's the company that makes these is our engraving company. So for whatever reason, if you can't find them on the website, just contact me. They're doable.
And all of Eric's contact details will be in the description box below. Reach out to him. He's a very approachable, very nice guy, very well spoken, very mature, and you do have a good head on your shoulders, Eric, because I've seen you in front of hundreds. I'm sure you've been in front of thousands of people giving your pitch setting your brand, setting a product, and setting this made in America blade, this knife, which I love. I love that alone within itself. I'm sold. That's why I have a few of them. And let me tell you what, out of all the knives that I own, those two knives, it's a butter knife and a steak knife, are the best, Eric.
Yeah. So I want to elaborate on something you mentioned. And I really do appreciate the compliment of being a great speaker, and doing this. This is my thing, right? And I get that comment often that like, oh, it was a great presentation, or sometimes people will tell me they wish they could do such a good presentation, or how I got so good at these different things, or quote unquote, you're such a natural. And I always deter away from those things because I just wish people could see how much I practice. I wish people could see the hours of practice I spend in this room right here, role playing my pitch 3 to 4 times every single night if I'm doing it the day before or the next day.
Okay.
But when I go to speak, when I'm speaking, and I appreciate that, when I speak, I see it like the ALC, the Keller Williams, the big ones, Carlsbad. There's 300 agents there. I get up there, I rock my presentation because I was standing in the hallway. I ran through it 3 times before then. I did it in the car right up there. I did it in the shower the day, the morning of. I did it right before I went to bed, and I know it already.
Right.
The point is, how much are you sharpening your axe right now? Are you sitting around and wondering what the next show to watch is on Netflix? Or are you sharpening your axe? And is the listing here's the thing, when this changes, and it's not going to end, there's no end, there's just new normal, there's just different change. When you go to your next listing presentation, is it going to be the best listing presentation you've ever done? And they're going to sign on the dotted line before you can even ask them to? Or are you going to walk out of that presentation knowing that they're going with someone else because you've been sitting on your ass the last 6 weeks, not sharpening your skills, not doing the right thing, and not pushing yourself to grow? And you have an unprecedented opportunity. What's the one thing? Oh, I wish I had the time.
Wow. Yeah.
Time. And so now, and we'll see this, there will be a separation of top producers and let's just say people who aren't.
I do believe that there's going to be a big shift, and those that couldn't hang are going to fall off the map. And that's a big chunk of it, by the way. A select few, maybe that 10-20% will hang in there.
And before you go any further, I want people to hear this. That's up to you. That's not because Jack Campbell already has such a great, huge business, or LP Franklin's going to survive because he's such a badass realtor, or the Gin Road team, they've got the database to save their lives. No. It all comes down to what you're going to do with your time in the last 6 weeks or in the next 6 weeks, really. It's all about what's been also. Now we'll see who's really utilizing that. Now we'll see who can not only have that, it's a muscle, because self-control and time management and discipline and all that's a muscle. And vision, that's a muscle. I've been working my muscles real hard for the last 13 years. And if you haven't, that's fine. Get your ass in the gym and let's start building that muscle up, right? If you're not good at visioning things, start smaller and work towards and hit that, right? It's all about just taking these little baby steps. And now is the time to take these steps, because you have, despite what you keep telling yourself, despite what your kids keep telling you, or your husband, your wife, your spouse, despite what that stupid voice in the back of your head keeps telling you about what the world is for you, you have control of these things. And I've been, I'm not shy to brag about it. I've been really successful the last 4 weeks. I've had one of my biggest April. I had my 3rd biggest April of my career last month. And that, I've had some pretty big Aprils, and I've always been going for the, always trying to up it up. But the point is, because from right after Holy Frick Friday, I didn't wait. I didn't dive into Netflix on Monday. I didn't start, giving up on my diet on Tuesday. I didn't drop my gym membership on Wednesday. I responded and not react.
Oh, I love that. So we've done the 10, you've done the 5. What's the 2, Eric?
Simple. What is it? You already kind of reinforced it. It's 2 value add social media posts a day.
Okay.
2 value add. So the point is to be the light at the end of the tunnel. It's really that simple. Most common thing I hear, aside from you're a great speaker, is I see you all the time on Facebook. You must be on there all the time. I spend less than 1 hour a day on Facebook. And that is 30 minutes time blocked in the morning and 30 minutes time blocked in the evening. Now, I check it during the day, sure. Do I leave a comment here and there? Absolutely. Like things, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's a distraction. I mean, things happen. But I'm time blocked and I'm staying relevant with people. And I'm not the best. I'm not the number one Cutco sales rep of all time yet. I'm not necessarily even the best Cutco salesperson, despite what everyone in Southern California tells me. But I am the most relevant.
Great. I want to end it there. Eric, give us one thing while we're in this quarantine time. I know you're a super motivated and positive person, but let's help the rest of the other people that are looking for answers, seeking answers, wanting solutions. What can you give the person watching this show some hope or some mind shift, Eric?
Yeah. Trying to think of where I could boil it down to, you know, where's the lowest common denominator, so to speak. Because I can talk business practices all day. We can go on and on, do this thing, do that thing, get creative, send this type of video, make that type of video, change your background, do these things, you know. But really, I think that the number one thing where I see an area growth for a lot of people right now is they're losing control of their schedule. Well, no, take that back. They have lost control of their calendar. Right. It has run away from them. And when you lose your calendar, you lose your life. You lose your time box. If you want, if that doesn't resonate to you, then maybe this isn't the correct. Maybe it's not the correct profession. But this is we're all in a profession. Whether you're a realtor or an affiliate or a loan officer, we're in a profession where we're paid off performance. You know, and it's your actions. So I compare like time management. It's kind of like a wild bull. Like, you ever seen someone who gets on a bull, and, you know, even the most professional bull rider, right? They got 6-7 seconds. Like, the difference between the champion and the not champion is like 1 second, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But what if you just put a regular person on that bull? Are you gonna last even a second? No. You probably won't even get to sit down on that thing before it whips you off, before it even opened the gate. And I think what's happening with a lot of people right now is, whether you wanted to or not, you got put on a bull. We all got put on that bull. And it's really a matter of just getting that grip down and taking control of your schedule, because that bull right now is doing everything in its power to whip you off. It's filling your fridge with crap. It's putting new content on Netflix. It's full of murder hornets, like news that's terrible. This bull is trying to whip you left and right. But right now it's time to just grab the bull by the horns, so to speak, and take control of your calendar. And that is hands down, I'd say, why I've been successful in April, is because I'm busier than I've ever been, but because I have chosen to be.
Wow. Eric, I want to leave it right there. What you said was brilliant, Mr. Eric Gillman. It was amazing. This has been this has been an exciting, uplifting time. Thank you, Eric, for your time. Thank you. I'll put all of Eric's contact details in the description box below. Reach out to him, contact him. He's approachable, right, Eric? No problem.
Yeah, and on that note too, in the interest of adding value, I just jumped off a call with a caravan this morning. I've got a message. Well, I've got two, really. I've got a deep message, but 2 messages I've been delivering at office meetings, in Zooms. One of them is a technical 7 keys for lifetime clients. So effective, actionable strategies. So if you'd like me to zoom into your caravan meeting, we can go all over the country, wherever. And then the other one is on mindset. I won't get into it all right now, but as we alluded to before, I've been through, as many people have, quite a bit in my life. And through taking control of my mindset and my calendar and all those other things, I was able to turn my life around. I raised millions of dollars for my nonprofit, I write a book, all these different things. And so I'd like to share how I do those things with people so we can all grow. Because right now, I'll leave you with this thought. And this is an important thing to hear. Right now, you have a responsibility and an obligation to work as hard as you possibly can.